Welcome, you have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be Power Book 4 Force, Season 1, Episode 10. Let's get into it. So subscribe to the channel, like the video before we get started. So here we go. This is the Episode 10, and this season has gone up and down. They just put a cap off and connecting all the dots. There are going to be mixed reviews on this episode. Some going to like it, some not. I'm still in my mind thinking whether I liked it. I don't know if I could really like it. It wasn't the worst. I don't like the direction that they went in. So nevertheless, we know the big war is coming in. You got the Flynn family all uniting together to go against Tommy. Tommy got the Serbs on his side. Then you got Gerard making a move on Diamond. Then you got D-Mac still in the hospital. So this episode start off with Gerard pretty much reaching out to Diamond, asking where he at. He's pretty much telling them, I'm at the shop, great clothes up. Gerard sent a hit out on Diamond. And Diamond already knew the play because he knew pretty much Gerard was trying to move in on him. So he was there with the reporter and asked the reporter to pretty much, it's time to leave. They laid low, a car pulled up, Blackston, which was the guy that got out of jail a few episodes ago, and his crew showed up. Of course, Diamond wasn't there. So what ended up happening from there, Diamond went in kill mode, so we finally got a chance to see Diamond get busy. He pretty much got Blackston and killed Blackston or whatever. But right before Blackston died, he did admit that Gerard sent the kill out for him. And so Gerard got spooked pretty much, and he went in mode where he reached out to Walter Flynn, pretty much telling him, hey, if I talk to the Serbs, and if you squash the beef and stand down, then we call it truce, and we go back to the way how things is, and we'll get our war with Tommy. So Tommy start making moves on the Flynn family. He got two of the Serbs pretty much. He start having shootouts with them, killed a few of their men, and then they gave Claude fake intel, thinking they were going to be at where the Dahlia was being produced at. And when they got there, Tommy and them was waiting, killed their men. So one of the head Serbs, he pretty much went up to Claude like, yo, what y'all got us in? So Claude pretty much broke it down to him. Pretty much she's behind Dahlia, and he wants her, she wants him to the kings of the head of Ireland, let them know that she's the future, pretty much, and put a good word in for her. And he pretty much was like, well, why did my brother had to die with this? And she's like, pretty much, Tommy got to go. So she's like, I know how we get to him. So Tommy and Liliana, they moved the warehouse pretty much. They moved into a warehouse to cook, start cooking the product and stuff. So Tommy pretty much told the doc, you cool, but it's wartime. So when Tommy left, Liliana reached out, looked at the doc like, yo, you need to get out of here. Pretty much, I've seen this happen before. I'm a soldier, JP family. You expendable. Now, that was a big fail what Liliana did when she did that. So when she did that, the doc went back to her house and tried to get going, but Claude set on her, picked her up at her house, pretty much said, we need a way to make sure Tommy, where's his weak point? The doc told her about JP. So Kate showed up to this episode, earlier in the episode. She showed up to the house, Tommy was at the house, and pretty much Kate revealed that her mom has money all in the walls, and she was coming there to collect. So that's gonna be like a breadcrumb for next season. And pretty much was like, Kate's being Kate. She don't really care too much about her son. Um, so she said, but she was more concerned about the grandchild, having a grandchild. So when Tommy said that he has a son that was hit in the hospital, she's like, I want to see him. So she was more enthused about meeting her grandson than meeting her actual son. So eventually, Tommy brings her to the hospital, and D-Mac is up, and JP pretty much, he's embracing his mom. She's just shocked that he's embracing her after not seeing her so much, and she's kind of standoffish still, and she's like, I want to meet my grandson. And then she's seen him, and she's like, oh. So I don't know what she thought he might look like. So she wasn't too impressed. And then, they had that whole moment. Tommy pretty much was like, well, I gotta get going. JP was like, did you bring those papers? And Tommy was like, nah, I forgot. Kate distracted me. So JP was like, I gotta go with these medical records. So JP went back to the house, and the Flynn family was waiting on him. So they captured JP, pretty much called Tommy, basically like, you want to make a trade for your brother's life. Now at this time, Tommy was reaching out to Mekovich, but Mekovich wasn't answering because he already made a deal with Gerard. If he make peace with the Flynns, he won't give Tommy support no more. So Tommy pretty much is like me, Diamond, and Liliana. And their plan was to show up and catch everybody off guard and tell the people that was there from CBI basically what Gerard did and cause a big friction between everybody. So it ended up becoming an all-out war. They pretty much, and what Claude was doing on her end is she was asking people, and she asked Gerard, do you think Tommy had something to do with it? And pretty much, and he was like, Gerard was pretty much like, I talked to Megovich, and he pretty much told me, he didn't mention nothing about Tommy. And to be truthful, I don't think Tommy had anything to do with it. So then she knew at this moment her dad was lying. So nevertheless, back at the war scene, everything's going off. And Claude already mentioned she has the doc. She's keeping the doc because the doc is valuable. Everything's shooting going on, and Tommy and Diamond is having a shootout. Diamond gets the best of Gerard, and then he has the gun pointed on him, but he can't pull the trigger. It's his brother. Even though after everything his brother did, he didn't pull the trigger on him. So Diamond pretty much told him, we can't do business no more. We're going to split territories up. You take this part of the CBI territory. I'm going to take this CBI territory. If the members of CBI want to run with me, they run with me. If they want to run with you, they run with you. That was whack. That part, that was terrible. When I say I'm not sure how I like this is one of the ones. That was a fail right there, because people could say the brother love, but he already crossed the line. So that didn't make no sense right there. It didn't make sense because if you don't kill him now, what's gonna stop him from coming back to try to kill you in another season? And then you finally kill him, like, nah, that was corny. That part, I didn't like the writing on that part right there. So that was the end of them for their scene. Then Liliana, she popped out of the car, and so then she started hitting the soldiers, and she was hitting the soldiers, and they didn't see him. So the main guy from the Serbs, he was creeping on her. She got to drop best of him, and then she shot and killed him. Now, Claude was looking off because Vic, it was a big standoff where Walter had JP and Tommy had Vic, and they pretty much put everything out there that Tommy had nothing to do with it, and Vic was upset, and Claude jumped in and pretty much, well, no, this didn't happen yet, so I sped up. So like I said, Liliana seen Claude, and Claude really wasn't looking at her. Now keep in mind, they've been playing two sides of Claude. One, she's a stone cold killer, and then two, it plays like, oh, she's like not really on it. So when Liliana creeped up on Claude, Liliana thought she had Claude off guard, and Claude just turned around and shot her. Damn. That's where I don't like that. So then after that, that's when the scene, fast forward to the scene where I was just saying, where Vic knows now that Tommy was basically saying that Walter was the one that put the hit out on Claudia on them. And so Vic was upset, and he just told Tommy let him go. Tommy let him go. Now this is all crazy. Meanwhile, Liliana yelled out to Tommy, like, Tommy, like, you know what I'm saying? And she's coughing up blood, can't catch her breath. And so Tommy runs over there. Vic grabbed Walter pretty much. Can't believe you did this. So they having their family moment. And Walter pretty much said, look at you. You can't even, basically you can't even step up and do what you need to do. And then Vic pretty much said, well, I'm not you. And of course, Paulie's here this whole time, right? Now we get to the scene where Liliana just coughing up blood. She Gary died. Tommy just like, come on, girl, you can push through this. And then Diamond and JP pretty much like, Tommy, she gone. And he's like, who did this? Who was it? So the cliffhanger is Claude was the one that killed her, and Claude came out and said something, and then Tommy was like, there's no us no more, or whatever. So Claude got in the car and left. And you pretty much, Liliana been basically foreshadowing the whole season, basically saying she's a soldier, she loved us, whatever, and basically she'd die for this life. And the only thing is that I don't think the writers anticipated bringing Liliana's character in this season, and she developed her own fan base or whatever. So she developed her own fan base where people was rooting for Liliana, like, oh yeah, we definitely need to see her in season 2. So to kill her, that was like, man, right? All right, so then that happened. No, but nobody else died. Like, nobody meaningful. Like, one of the Flynns should have died. Like, everybody expected, even though the Walter Finn actor, he's more notable, but he should have been dead, man. Like, nah, like, something, come on, like, it didn't make Gerard live. Like, all them, so that just didn't make, that part didn't make sense. If you're gonna kill Liliana, she's the only one out of everybody, she the only one died. That was a meaningful character. That's where it rubs. You'll hear it all over the internet, people that's tuned into Power, that Liliana, nobody wanted to see her go. And even when I was hearing predictions of who was going to die, nobody suspected Liliana. Everybody thought, oh yeah, they're going to bring her back. Because they wrote her as a good character this season. Nevertheless, it just shows Tommy and Gerard and JP looking over the map, looking at the territory that he got, and pretty much him saying that this is his only territory that he got, and Tommy basically was like, at least it's yours. And so now you had the DA office in Chicago pretty much trying to put all the pieces together, and they said, some Serbs came in from, some people from Ireland came up, bodies showing up everywhere, and it's this new player in town. And we pretty much just got an image of him, and it shows the image of Tommy, and pretty much he don't answer to nobody. He's on nobody's side, and I believe he's the one that's behind it. Meanwhile, it fast forward to New York. It shows Blanca Rodriguez, and pretty much she has a paper saying some big things happened in Chicago, and one of the people that she had was the main guy that speak to the heads of Ireland that Liliana killed. She had his profile, and she was like, something big down there, I need to get down there and see what's up. And her boss pretty much said, no, I need you here, and you just keep tabs on it, but I need you here. So eventually the lines are crossed. Also, I just thought of when Kate seen Tommy at her mom's house, she She thought Tommy died in that car accident. She thought Tommy was dead this whole time as well. So that's what happened in New York. It just showed Tommy. Diamond pretty much saying he don't want nothing to do with Dahlia. Tommy said he don't either, and he got bigger plans. And it just showed. They did give the detectives down in Chicago gave a reference like he's like a ghost. So it's homage to James St. Patrick Ghost. However, Tommy said I got bigger plans, and it just showed him looking at the city, like the corporate part of the city where Walter Flynn's territory is. So this whole season, pretty much, he was down where the CBI and his Serbs area was, and never showed him targeting Walter Flynn's area in the city, downtown area. So it just shows Tommy looking at that. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. Overall, the season was decent enough. Out of all the Power spinoffs, and that's Power Book 2, Raising Kanan, and now in this one, I think this is the weaker one of the spinoffs, in my opinion. I don't know, the season just been up and down. It was watchable, but not over the top like they was hyping it up to be. Then this last episode, killing Liliana, which was a key character for Tommy, that just, you know, if you kill Liliana, you gotta kill somebody else though. Like, I guess we could, alright, Liliana died, but then we should be, on the flip side, we should be able to say, Gerard died, he's off the board, and Walter Flynn died, he's off the board. Then you could say, alright, you got the three heads, the Flynn family, CBI, and Tommy team, each one lost a key member. We could all say, alright, that's what it is. We kind of expected that was how it's going to go. But it didn't go like that. Only one person take a loss. Man, so I said, alright, whatever. So that takes it down a notch for me. Other than that, subscribe to the channel, like the video, tell me what you think. Till next time.